everybody, welcome to our last day. Today we are going to be making a shaker. This is a bigger version of the shaker, but what you can see here is we've got little beads inside this opening. We did a rainbow on the top, and you can see there's several layers here. Today we're going to do 4 layers. This one only has 3. You could poke a hole and, carry it like a little bag tag. But the one that we're working with today will be pretty small. This could just be something you stick on your desk and just kind of shake around. But let's go ahead and get started. The things that you need are, you definitely need a cup of water and some paper towels. And you need some type of glue, scissors, a pen or a pencil. The cutouts that we used the other day, I want you to use for today, these are very specific, these 2. So it will be a flower inside a flower. The reason I want you to use these to start and work with me, these 2 I found are the best size for what we're doing. They're the largest ones, cutouts that we have. You can experiment with others later, but today this is the one we'll be working with. And then in your kit, you had some film and then some sprinkles. A little, just tiny bag of little sprinkles too. And you can bring your straw. I don't know that we'll use it today, maybe. Okay, first thing I want you to do, oh, don't forget, hello, your clay. You need that, your hardy clay. But the first thing I want you to do is take your paper towel and then just soak it in water and wring it out. We want it to be damp. This is what we will use to put our clay in and wrap it in today, because we'll be working with different colors a lot, and the effort to put it back in the bag and seal it up, it just takes a lot of effort. But if you have a little paper towel that is damp, it will keep it nice and damp, so you can use it and it doesn't dry out, because we're going to do a lot of things today, and there'll be some in between time. Okay, so I'm just kind of laying this out. I'll just stick it on here. Okay, and I'll set it aside, set my water aside, and I have made a mess already, as you noticed. Okay, so first things first, I want you to take that clear film that you have and put the very small, it's this guy, onto your film. And I just want you to go right around the edges, and you can use a pen or pencil. And this is just slightly larger than the flower, and we're going to cut that out twice. Now, you need to put this somewhere where you're not going to lose it. So, I cut one out. I'm going to cut another one out. This part is important. I want it close. Okay? Because it can't be any bigger than this guy too. Perfect. These are great. I'm going to set this on something that I'll be able to see it. I'm just gonna set it, you know what, setting it on these little flowers, because I know where it is. Okay, I know where it is, I'm not gonna lose it. All right, next, we are going to learn this wonderful rainbow technique and how to create our top layer of our shaker. First color I want you to take out is yellow. Just take out a little bit of yellow. And we'll take out a little bit of blue and a little bit of red. You can always come back for more. Okay, so yellow, I'm gonna roll out a little snake of this. I'm gonna put these, I'm not using in my damp cloth so they don't dry out. Take my yellow, roll it. Just roll a nice little snake. Now, how big do we want this? Probably about the size of a pencil. Okay. I'm just going to lay, because we're going to be working with this a lot today, some of that wet paper towel just to keep it nice and moist. I'm going to take the smallest amount, like a fingernail size of red, with the rest of my yellow, and I'm going to work this in. We're going to create orange. And again, I use the smallest amount of red. I think I need a little bit more to make this a pencil size. So I'm gonna grab my yellow. You know what? I'll need a little bit more yellow to go with the blue to make green too. So I'm gonna just put that over here. Okay. Again, this is air dry clay. You want to keep it moist so you can continue to work with it. Now, what do we think about this orange? I think I want it a tiny bit more orange. So I'm going to do another fingernail size of red to mix that in. So fun making these colors. You could also use your little scale that we used the other day. Roll this. It's like gumball size. This one I feel like it's going to be a little bit bigger. It's totally fine. Pencil size. Put it here. I want all the colors to really show on here, so I need to make them kind of thin. Okay, put this away. Let's go for our red. Just red. And you can do as many colors as you want, but just keep in mind the size cookie cutter that you're using. This one's really small, so how many colors can I actually get on there? We will see. Ooh. Throwing this under here. Oh, let's make green now. I'm gonna use this and a fingernail size, just like the smallest amount of blue. Oh, I can see that the dyes are kind of coming out on this wet napkin too, and on my hands. We're artists hard at work. Oh, I love this green color. Look how great that is. When I first started working with this clay, I was using way too much of the added color in, so it'd be really, really dark. You saw how little bit of the blue I used to make this beautiful, vibrant green. Let's roll And now let's make blue. Actually, we have the blue. I feel like I have some kind of hard spots in there. I used this clay the other day, so part of it might have dried a little bit. It's kind of crumbly. So I want to pull out those areas. All right. Now we have our rainbow of colors, and when I flatten it, this will fit on it perfectly. So let's go ahead and take these beautiful colors, set them down next to each other, and I'm going to use the roller to kind of mash them together. The blue is a little drier, so it's not sticking to the other side quite as well. You know what? And I think I'm going to use the paper that I'm working on is not really suitable because the clay is sticking on here, so I probably could have worked straight on the table. So I just put a little napkin, or what is this called? Baggie down. Now I'm rolling the clay together, and I want to make it kind of thin. Look how beautiful that is. So you guys can see the thickness. It's thinner than the pencil, but it's that perfect amount. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this, my big cookie cutter, and remember to use the cutting edge is the one that's single and not folded over. Can you see that? This side is folded over. That's the top. So the single edge will be easier for me to push through. So I'm going to go ahead and push, give it a wiggle, and push that out. Ta-da! Let's do that one more time. But this time I'm just barely pressing on it, barely. I'm not going to press all the way through. I'm just making an impression. So I just like dented it, okay? I'm gonna use my scissors because I don't know where my clay tool is. And I'm gonna do that one more time. Just gently pressing, make sure I have the right side. Gently pressing. Not cutting all the way through. Cut that. I'm going to put these in my paper towel. So I'm going to come back to those shortly. I need to make one more. And those are just little impressions. Okay, I need to make one more, and I'm just going to take all of this clay and roll it together because I didn't have enough. Roll, roll, roll. Roll it out. Oh, I'm gonna put this guy over here. This one's gonna be on the inside. Whoops, I need to make it wider. Forgot. I want the whole flower. This one's gonna be on the inside, so it doesn't matter. Actually, just the top one really matters. But I want it thin like I had the others. Okay, nice and thin. Look how pretty that is. Okay, and then I'm gonna just make an impression. Cut it out. Really close. Okay. Now, if you want this, you can put it back in your bag, keep it moist, so you can use it later. Now, I'm going to take a look at my impression. Where is my little, here it is, this little guy. I want to push this all the way through. And when I'm doing this, I've got to do this 4 times to each one of these. So I want to make sure I'm doing it in the right spot. So this flower petal is kind of like a star. So I'm going to consider this the top of the star. I'm going to try and center it the best that I can, and the top of the star go to where one of these flat petal edges are. Okay. Push. This time I am cutting it out. Cutting it out. And I need to do it to the others. There's one. Trying to get it in the center. Pushing. Gently pulling it away. Look at how cool that looks. Let's do it to the other guys. These don't matter, just the top one. It doesn't matter like if the red or blue is on top, that doesn't matter. What matters is you want to line this top of the star or top of the petal to that flat part there and try and get it as good to the center as possible. Okay, got one more. Promise there's a method to my madness. One more. Top, center, bam. All right, now this guy we are going to put on top of this guy using just a tiny bit of glue. Ooh, my hands are sticky. We're going to take that film that we had and put it right on top of this. So delicate. So I'm going to take the glue and I'm going to put it just around the edge, and this is just so little bit, and then putting my plastic right on the top. Let me see if you guys can see this. So the film is right there. Okay. Now I want to take my next guy and line it up. On top. You guys see that? Take a little bit of glue, go around. Just a little bit of glue. And we're going to put our next one right on top. And I want that inner circle to line up for that flower, okay? Now let's put our goodies inside. So you can put your little shaker things inside. Mine are kind of big, but it's still gonna shake. one is stuck. And I don't want to mess with it too much. I need something tiny. Like a toothpick. Okay, so I put my shaky stuff in there. I need another layer of glue, because guess what? We need to put that final piece of plastic on top, and that creates our shaker. But it can't be bigger than the flour, because our cookie cutter has to cut around it, and I made mine just a tiny bit too big. Okay. So I've got all these great layers, and then I'm going to put my final one on top. All right, now I'm going to flip it over, because this one, I can see where the shape was. And I'm going to take my cookie cutter, and now I'm going to place it exactly where it was before. And I am going to smash down on all of them. And pull away all the sides. And then gently, gently, gently push this out. Ever so gently. This will fall out. I'm using that little ball tool to gently hold it together. And voila, we have a little rainbow shaker. Isn't that cute? And by slicing it all at once, it kind of molded these together. And then once the glue sets in there too, it's going to bind it all together once it all dries. Okay, you can practice this on bigger cookie cutters. It works really well. We did this one with a square and a kitty face. So if you have any cookie cutters at home, this could be a really fun project for you too. If you have a bigger one, you could place a little hole through it, so you could put it on a bag. This one is a cute little embellishment. So there you have it, your little rainbow shaker today. I hope you enjoyed this process and learned some new techniques. Have a great day.